Welcome back, everybody. In today's video, I'm going to be road tripping this Pajero Mini that I just bought all the way from Phoenix, Arizona to Bozeman, Montana. This is going to be a crazy journey. I'm going all over the place. I'm seeing some really cool stuff. I'm going on all sorts of adventures, and I'm going to be posting daily videos. I'm going to be making a video every single day of the journey, of what happens, what goes wrong, what goes right, and how the Pajero Mini does. So join me as we embark on this crazy adventure. Day one of the Pajero Mini trip, here we go! All right, I've been cruising around in this thing for the last couple days, and it's rad. I'm having a blast. It's super fun. It runs great, it off-roads great. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm decently nervous. The furthest I've driven this thing is like a half hour. So I'm about to drive 3.5 hours today. I'm headed from Apache Junction here in Phoenix all the way up to Flagstaff. I'm taking back roads the whole way. It should be really scenic, beautiful, also pretty slow. But I'm decently nervous. So anyways, there's no time to be nervous. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. I just got to get this thing started, start trusting this vehicle, and have a great time. So I'm headed to the store right now. I need to stop in two places. I need to go to O'Reilly's to pick up some fluid so I can do a fluid change. And then I need to head to Walmart and just pick up some camping supplies as well as some food. So I'm headed there now. Should be there in just a couple minutes. And then we're off to visit two more friends before heading north. So before I take off, I'm doing a quick coolant flush. I've got this thing hooked up to the T and I'm flushing all this out, and then I'm gonna replace it with antifreeze because it's supposed to be 32 degrees in Flagstaff tonight. And so this thing is actually gonna get below freezing. So hopefully we'll get all this cleared out, no problem, and throw in some fresh antifreeze. All right, so I've got the coolant bleeding in there, and there's one more thing I want to do before I hit the road, and it's install this trophy truck chase light bar that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace when I got here. This thing flashes amber, and it's gonna be something that helps people see me on the road, just in case I end up in a situation where I'm really slowing down traffic and I want people to see me. This is gonna just get zip tied to the top here. People might have some opinions about it, but I figure safety first. Most of the routes that I've picked out, I will not need something like this. I'll be able to do the speed limit comfortably, no issues. But I figure I'll have this just in case. I might as well get it attached right now. So I'm gonna get that hooked up. So I've been driving around Phoenix for about a half hour now. I've got all my supplies. I'm pretty much ready to head out of town, but I am headed to my buddy's house because I want to film a couple more videos and see a few more things before I leave. But I'll tell you what, I am ready to get out of the city. Not only is it way too hot here, it's like 13 degrees back in Bozeman, and today it's like, I don't know, 90, a million degrees. I don't know, it's way too hot. But also, I just don't like driving in the city. People are honking at you, people are swerving all around. And normally when I'm in the city, my theory with driving is just be as confident as possible and just, you know, like act like you know what you're doing. But it's so hard to act confident when you're driving this little tiny box. No one really takes you seriously. You're accelerating as fast as you can, and you can barely get out of people's way. So, man, I'm excited to get out of the city. I'm excited to hit the open road. Today's gonna be a big test of how this car does. We're climbing from here to Flagstaff. And that's quite a bit of elevation, and I'm picking a route that I should be able to do pretty easily, but it's going to be slow. I'm going to learn a lot today, so definitely nervous, but hey, if it wasn't an adventure, it wouldn't be any fun. So anyways, I'm going to keep going, keep fighting this traffic, and I'll see you guys when I get to my friend's house. All right, so I'm here with Johnny and Ernest, and Johnny's the one who sold me the Pajero Mini. You were the first owner in the United States, and you're the one who did the most of the work on it. And so I'm curious, I want to get your guys' thoughts. I'm about to head on this trip. How do you think it's gonna go? So you did the motor work like 2 years ago. What all did you do to it?
Well, first question, do you have AAA?
I actually don't.
Okay.
I did think about that though. Yeah, I thought about it.
You know, I think it looks pretty good inside, and feel good about what we did. So I think you stand a fighting chance to make it home.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did valves, you did the top end.
Yeah, I pulled the head off, had it gone through, basically rebuilt. surfaced, valve job, all that.
Timing belt and all that stuff.
Yeah, we didn't mess around. We didn't. Johnny's really good about staying on top of the maintenance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He didn't skimp on any of that. New head bolts, new plugs. One of the valves was bent. We were able to source it, or a couple of them were bent. We were able to source them from Japan, OE stuff.
Nice.
So
a couple of the lifters needed to be replaced.
A classic for the Monteros. Yep.
So, and he's been driving it a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
You've driven it a little bit here and there. So
I have, yep.
I think that's a pretty good indicator that if something was going to come up, hopefully it would have surfaced by now. So
one can only hope. Otherwise, I will find it.
Yeah.
I will find it.
No, I think you're fine, especially the way that you're going about it. You're taking it in small bites.
Yeah.
You're not going to melt it. So
one can only hope.
Yeah. It'll be slow going up hills, but
yeah,
I think you'll be fine.
Tonight, going to Sedona.
Sweet.
I feel like that's, or Flagstaff area, I feel like that's going to be the big test of how it does on hills, real elevation, 4-ish hours on the road. Yeah. So, cool. But you guys think it's going to make it?
Yeah. I think it'll be a good first test. Yeah, I don't see an issue.
Okay. Sweet. Well, that's all I need. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right, I am just now getting started on my way to Flagstaff. I stayed and hung out with my friends for way too long, which is great. I mean, honestly, I'd rather spend my time doing that than driving roads. But yeah, spent way too long hanging out with my friends, learning about Monteros, having a great time. I have loved my time down here in Phoenix, hanging out with the guys. But now I'm headed up to Flagstaff. It's currently 5:45. It says it's gonna take 3.5 hours to get there, but that's at normal cruising speed. So I'm probably budgeting 4, even 4.5. I gotta find some dinner. I gotta hit the road. It's actually Halloween right now, so there's like kids running around in costumes and stuff. Still looking forward to get out of town. But this is gonna be a long night drive, and man, hopefully everything keeps going smoothly. So far, so good. I've been talking to people. I asked Adam, hey, do you think it's gonna make it? He said, yeah, as long as you take your time, you're gonna have a great time. I talked to those guys earlier, Johnny, the guy who owns it, and Ernest, the guy who worked on it, and they were like, yeah, as long as you take care of it, it'll take care of you. And I plan on taking care of it. So anyways, I'm gonna hit some dinner, and we're gonna hit the road. All right, guys, I just pulled off the highway. I maybe been on the highway for like 10 minutes, and I'm climbing up into the mountains. So like, I knew this was gonna be the hardest stretch, but wow, this is nerve-wracking. It just really is starting to set in. Like, I'm on this adventure, and like, I don't really know this car that well. And I'm going 60, 65 maybe up this hill, which is a little much. I think I want to bring it down to 60. I'm just trying to stay out of cars' ways. That's the speed limit. So between 55 and 65, I'd love to be in that spot, but whew, my nerves are shot. I think some of it will get better as I get more used to the car. I'm driving at night. I'm not really sure where I'm going. I mean, obviously I have GPS, but yeah, I just wanted to be real. My nerves are pretty shot, so this is going to be an adventure, and I just keep reminding myself, hey, if you wanted something comfortable, if you wanted something easy, you would have stayed home. But I didn't want that. I wanted an adventure, and that's why I bought this K car. That's why I'm road tripping it to SEMA. Like, that's the whole point. So anyways, I stopped over here. I grabbed some octane booster to throw in the car. I'm just kind of curious how that'll affect it. One of the things that I've noticed is it does seem to have like a miss. It happens every once in a while. I thought it was just when I was loading it, like lugging it, like I shifted too fast. But coming off the highway when everything was hot, I think I got a miss again. It might even be a knock. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I don't want a knock. That would be very bad. So I did get that octane booster. I'm going to throw it in there. I'm putting premium in it. We'll see. We'll see if it goes away. We'll see if it gets better. It did drive fine. It seems like it comes and goes. I'm not 100% sure. If it keeps running like this, it'll be fine. But if it gets worse, that's what I'm concerned about. So anyways, there's my real update. I'm barely out of Phoenix. I got 3 more hours to go. So fingers crossed. It's going to be a long, dark drive. So I don't know how much filming I'm going to do, but that's the update in the Pajero Mini. So I'm going to grab a drink real quick and hit the road. All right, I'm chilling here, about 5,000 RPM. The lights are actually great. You can see pretty well. I am getting past like I'm standing still. I guess probably not breaking the speed limit even. But right here, I'm chilling about, I don't know, maybe 50 miles an hour is about what this comes out to. about 5,000 RPM, 50 miles an hour. The 80 is, so I'm going a little slow right now, but it's happy. The temperature's good. It's not doing anything weird on me. I'm just going slow, and you know, that's okay with me. There's no one else really on the road. Yeah, just going slow, taking my time, and hopefully it'll continue to be good. All right, I'm about 2 hours into the drive. I'm officially past Payson, and this just got fun. Oh my gosh, I'm out here on a windy mountain road. I'm cruising at about 60 miles per hour. It's just me. I've had maybe 1 or 2 other cars, but I'm just cruising. I'm bombing around, carving on these roads. The Pajero Mini is handling great. The lights are really bright. I'm officially having fun. I'm not nearly as nervous. The car is running way better. I think it just likes to be in the boost. It likes to be up above 4,000 RPM. It really doesn't like being lugged, which makes sense. And so it's cruising great. I'm having an absolute blast right now, just carving through this canyon, even though it's late at night, even though I'm all the way out here on my own. Man, this is just so good. So hopefully things keep running good. I'm still about an hour outside of Flagstaff, but I think the rest of it is looking like this. All right, I officially made it to Flagstaff. This thing's running great. I'm having a blast. It's so weird to be back in the city after 3 hours of cruising through nothing. I'm gonna find a gas station and then make my way to camp. I'm about 20 minutes away from where I'm supposed to be camping. So I'm super excited to pull over and get some dinner. All right, just got gas in Flagstaff. Honestly, the car's running great. It's so weird to be back in civilization. That was a sweet drive, but now there's a Sonic here. About 20 miles from where I'm gonna camp in Cinder Hill. And so I'm just gonna hit the road, head out there, hoping to find some camping and a good spot to chill tonight. The temperature gauge, I've been cruising. The temperature's been really good. It's straight up cold outside. I'm not sure how cold it is. I wish this thing worked. It could tell me, but anyways, I'm gonna hit the road, head to camp, and hopefully find a sweet spot to call it for the night. All right, we're officially in the Cinder Hill area. I'm off-road, I'm in 4-wheel drive, and this little thing is killing it. It's been such a fun adventure. I'm like 4 hours deep into this, just looking for a campsite now. Looks like a really cool area. I'm very excited to explore this in the morning. I hear there's some really cool wheeling you can do back here that's not very difficult. But right now, I'm just looking for a camp spot, a place to lay my head. It is very cold outside. If I can find some wood, I'll get a fire going, but this thing's running like a champ. All right, so I'm out here in the Cedar Hills area, and you can't see anything, but this is really cool kind of dirt slash lava rock, maybe. I think it's old volcano stuff, but really cool. It's like driving in the sand dunes. Anyways, so I'm here. I've got the Montero here, or the Pajero Mini here, and this is where I'm gonna set up camp. So I got to get a fire going. It's about 11 o'clock at night, pretty cold. I still haven't eaten dinner. So I'm going to get camp out, set up, and get this thing started. To day one. All right, that's day one. We made it. And honestly, This has been an emotional roller coaster. One, I got started way too late, and I was having fun with my friends, and I'm glad I hung out in Phoenix for longer, but I didn't really start this journey until it was already dark. And I think that just amplified everything. Didn't really know where I was going, didn't know what to expect. I knew today was gonna be one of the harder days though. The thing I think that made it really hard is I've climbed up to like 7,000 feet. So I'm way up here, and I just knew the Pajero Mini was gonna struggle with the higher elevation. So I didn't know how it was gonna go, and I was nervous to like get used to driving it long distances and up hills and stuff. And honestly, at the beginning, I was super nervous. You guys saw that shot of me. Just my nerves were getting to me, felt like, oh gosh, is this even gonna work? And then I got to this section where I started going through some twisties, and it was like a single lane mountain road, and it just came alive for me. It was so much fun, and I was shifting through the gears, carving through the corners. Honestly, it was a blast. The car started to run a little better. It's still got like a little bit of a miss or some kind of lag. I haven't quite figured it out. I can't get it to be worse or better, but either way, it's been running consistently. And so part of me thinks if it just keeps running like this, it's not a huge deal, but I'll probably have to check it out at some point. I always think the best way to get to know a car is to take it on a big road trip. And by the end of this road trip, I'm gonna know this Pajero Mini so well. I already feel so comfortable in it. Yesterday, I think I was feeling nervous about shifting and stuff and just feeling my way around the car. And now it honestly feels like second nature. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And I'm so stoked to be out here camping. This is what it's all about for me. I love this. I love the colder weather. My goodness, I'm glad to be camping in the cold right now. Making a hot dog, drinking a LaCroix. It's just a good time. Tomorrow, it seems like we got a big day. I'm meeting up with Marco, who runs Luso Overland, a longtime friend of mine, a guy I've been really excited to meet. He's here in town. He's actually gonna meet me right here. And I think we might have some special guests as well. We're gonna wheel around a little bit. I'm gonna do some walk-arounds with their rigs, as well as check out the Luso Overland operation. I'm gonna film videos of that I'll post later, but I'm super excited about this leg of the journey. So this is just day one of like 18 or 19 more days on the road. And so I've got a lot to learn. I've got a long ways to go, but thanks for joining me for day one. I'm gonna cook up some dinner. I'm gonna catch some sleep, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, which will be tomorrow morning.